Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the RoBuilder YouTube channel. Today we're continuing the Squidward games build that I'm being commissioned to do, and we finally got an idea for the red light green light spot, and we're gonna make it jellyfish fields. So at the end you have a big Squidward. Keep in mind these assets were provided by the people commissioning me, like the Squidward house, the Squidward, and the jellyfish, which I have over here. So I did not make those. I do want to make that clear. Don't want to take credit for anyone else's work. But here is the little starting place for Squidward games, the lobby area. I think it turned out really awesome. If you missed that video, it was a lot of fun, so I would definitely recommend going and checking it out. And I had to modify SpongeBob's bed because, of course, they're bunk beds, and we made them still triple stacked like SpongeBob's bed. I think it looks really good, and I'm very proud of how this has turned out so far. But for this, we didn't really know. So the fields are very hilly. Okay, so we're gonna have some smooth hills, but they can't be too big because players just need to run across. The middle might still be flat and just have hills on the outside. I'm not too sure yet. And as for the walls, I think I have an idea. I'm gonna try it and see what happens. So cyan, I want to turn this to glass, and then I would put this on 0.75. Now, let's see how this looks. Yes, that's pretty much exactly what I wanted, actually. So you can still see like reflections of the skybox, and it kind of moves as you're moving, so it gives a little bit of, I don't even know what, but it makes it look very much how I wanted it to look. As you can see, now there's a bit of a design on it, and yeah, that's pretty much that. Of course, there has to be walls, so players can't just walk out the side. But we need a start line and a finish line, so I will be doing those first, and then we'll need to go into Blender, make some hills, and maybe even some like rock corally type things. I'm not sure yet. And then of course, pasting this jellyfish, while scaling them up and pasting it around. We do need to make this a green. Let's go pretty light, I'd say. Something like this, I guess. Definitely would work. And then for the texture, I may or may not change that. I like this texture, to be fair, but we may need to change it to something a bit more easier, I guess. I don't know. We'll probably keep it this one because we are underwater, so that changes some stuff as well. This one might be fun. Let's go ahead and paste this one into here. So I mean, it's the same texture, just diagonal. I think I like the first one better, so we're gonna keep this one, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and make a start and finish line. I'm not gonna record that because it's just kind of copy and pasting checkers, and that's gonna take a little second. So alright, the checker lines are done. I didn't want to do the classic, like, kind of a race car white and black, so I did gray and red. I did do the lighter variant of red just to make a bit more like fun vibe, I guess. So this is where we're at so far. Up next, we're gonna hop on into Blender and make some hills. Alright, so now that we're in Blender, let's go ahead and delete everything. Shift A, add in a plane. Very nice. And I am just gonna use a subdivision modifier. Check this out. Well, let's make this a lot bigger first. We'll go like something like that, because why not? We can always scale it down in Studio. Add a modifier, let's do subdivision surface, and just kind of up this quite a bit, and apply. Now that we're here, we can turn on our proportional editing, grab face select mode, grab one of these, and just drag it up, kind of something like this. I will go ahead and make this a little bigger, and just kind of make some hills. Now I do want the hills to look pretty random, but also like not really any sharp edges, so I'm trying my best to keep it pretty calm, to say the least. We'll go one up right here, and these will probably be kind of flattened out in Studio as well. So let's check this out. It looks pretty alright. Let me do shade smooth, and now we can bring that over into Studio. Alright guys, so we have our hill right here, and let me show you guys kind of the plan. So we're gonna scale this pretty massive, I'd say. Something like this, and then in a little bit, I'm not sure if they want running on hills, so I'm trying to kind of prevent that, but we'll do something like this. So we have sort of hills coming through. Let's make that bright green as well, and we'll probably throw the texture on it. So we'll have this one kind of tucked up against the wall, and then we can always rotate these as well and tuck them in all sorts of different ways. I will be filling up the sides only, by the way, because yeah, we don't want the whole center to have hills and everything like that. So something like this is definitely what I was going for. I'm gonna drag this one back. We'll have it going over here. Don't want to cover up that line too much. So something like this. And then we can even have one of these. I'll copy this, put it in the center, just to add a little bit, but I am going to be flattening it out so it's not tall. Something like that. Barely noticeable, guys, but you can still run right over it. I may do that for pretty much the whole of this area, to be fair. Just duplicate, rotate, and kind of fill in some of this zone. We'll do it one more time, rotate it once, and put it over here. Now let's just make sure that all of these are anchored. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and test play here. Looks like we're also gonna have to drop them all down just a hair as well. Should be perfect. Now let me go ahead and run a test play by playing here, and let's see how this is looking, guys. Wow, did I not anchor anything? Alright, so attempt number 2, you already know what they say, second try is a charm, there we go. And yeah, you can barely tell that there's hills in the middle, which is very nice, because that means it's not going to get in the way of any gameplay mechanic, but we still have a bit of non-flat surfaces, which I really like. I will add the same texture to these as well, and let's see how that turns out. Then, I need to start placing some jellyfish around for sure, and maybe some coral reef type stuff. Lucky me, oh lucky me, I have been provided with some coral that kind of fits the SpongeBob theme. It's all textured already, which is very nice for me, and I'm not a fan of this one, but hey, if you send it to me to use, I'll go ahead and use it. So, let's start placing some of this stuff around and make this a lot more decorative, and hopefully make it just the best Squid Games ever, okay? I already think the idea alone, Squidward games, bro, that is hilarious. And I can't believe someone hasn't thought of it previously to this. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna put some of these around. I can't really overuse them. They're very massive, and I don't want to put anything in the middle of the map, so we can't really do that, but we can try to use them to the best of our abilities. Let's move this one this way, kind of drag this guy back halfway through the wall, and then this one will kind of stick out a little bit like this. So most of it will be behind the wall, but it kind of comes out at an angle. Looks pretty good. I probably won't use any more of those because they are absolutely massive. And yeah, no need to. We could definitely use this guy. Yeah, I don't really know how I want to do this because they are textured, so I can't have too much variation in them, which sucks, but I could definitely still try to do some cool stuff. So we can have something like this, duplicate that, make it a little bit smaller. Oh, we could stretch it up and then shrink it. No, I want it to like more, something like that, I guess. rotate, cool, shrink that down. We could do something along these lines. Perfect. Now let's group these together and start placing them around in here. This is gonna look so awesome. Let me put some back here, just in this back little corner. Those could actually be pretty big, I think. Perfect. Something like that is awesome. I want to do the same thing in the other corner, just so I don't feel left out. Perfect. Let me drag these out a little bit. Nice. And now I'm just gonna fill up the rest of the zone with these corals, and then we'll start placing the jellyfish. Alright guys, so here we go. Jellyfish Fields, aka Red Light Green Light, is now done. We have decorated it pretty good, I'd have to say. Definitely a lot better than all the Squid Games alternatives on Roblox. Most of them are legit just a box with a decal on the wall. So I think we did a pretty fair job, and I think we're actually done with it. So if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.